back, you guys, to Go Dope or Go Home. This is your host, Amber Lane, and we're back for episode number 2. So, the topic for today is, you scared of what? Because a lot of times we allow so many things to detour our mind and our focus from actually achieving our full potential. And so my question for you today is, what or who is in your way of reaching your potential, from fulfilling your purpose, from you actually seeing the fruits of your labor? A lot of times we do so much and we sow so much into other people, but are we actually sowing back into ourselves? Are we actually giving back to ourselves, right? And so 3 things popped in my mind when I thought about things that could possibly hold you back. And I didn't want to have too many reasons because, it'd be all day long. But one of them is fear of the unknown. Another one is uncomfortability. And the last one is the lack of confidence. And so I have been learning that if you have God, you literally have everything, right? So literally, it seems like that's something that's too far-fetched for us to actually realize. But when you actually have God, you have everything that you need. And so God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind. And so don't allow fear to hold you back and be a hindrance as to why you don't go forward in Him, why you don't go forward in your career, in this life. Life is honestly too short for you to just wander in depression, to wander in low self-esteem, to wander in just being yourself and holding yourself back. So it's time to go forward and push forward in your career, in your passion, your purpose, whatever God told you to do, whatever you know is right for you to do it. And so the question that I often ask myself, especially as of late, is, why are you so afraid? Stop allowing people, situations, and yourself to get in your way, and the enemy especially, to tell you what you can and can't do and what you can and can't have. A lot of times we start seeing, especially through social media is really a blessing and a curse, for real. But on social media, you see all these different people that have the money, they have the cars, they have the lifestyle that you want. But honestly, a lot of them are so depressed, and we go after the things that we see, but we actually don't do a lot of soul searching as to, once you achieve those things, can you actually be happy and comfortable in when you actually achieved it? And so we tell ourselves that, oh, that's too far-fetched, that can't be for me. Me actually seeing 6-figure income is too far from me. That's not something that we could see, especially a girl being from Detroit. Absolutely not. That's a lie. Stop telling yourself those things. Stop speaking those things to you. Stop letting the enemy tell you these things. Stop letting situations come as tests and trials for us to learn about ourselves, to grow those things out of us that need to come out of us. Because a lot of times where we're going in our future, what we have in us right now, we can't take that with us. The mindset that we have here in this position, we can't take with us. The people that are around us, they can't go with us. The situations a lot of things that we have on us, we can't take with us. So God is trying to work those things out of you. Life is trying to work those things out of you. And so speak to yourself. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. You're blessed, and you can snare yourself by what you say. Stop saying I can't have. Stop saying I can't do. Stop saying I'm not capable. Stop saying I'm not worthy when you are worthy. You're a child of God, and everything that He has, it belongs to you as well. And so these are just things that especially now that I've honestly been telling myself, and seeing a change in myself is pushing me to actually go forward and stop holding my own self back. Because we honestly, outside of people, outside of situations, outside of the enemy, you have to be accountable for you. And a lot of times we don't do self-evaluation on ourselves and say, what am I doing to hold myself back? Because God has given me everything I need. He's given me the tools. He's with me. He'll never leave me nor forsake me. So if He's with me, that means I'm capable of doing whatever He's told me to do. I'm capable of achieving anything that is in His will, of course, so that I can do to go forward. And so it's important also, talking about uncomfortability, it's important that you're not always comfortable. I know that we love to be comfortable. You have your favorite seat. You have your favorite position. You have whatever your favorite thing is. You have your favorite pillow. You have your favorite teddy bear, whatever the case, your favorite person. Hello. You have that favorite thing, but a lot of times that thing makes us comfortable. And a lot of times life and God will grow those things and make you uncomfortable, because you have to move forward. You can't move forward in the same position that you're in right now. So uncomfortability doesn't always feel good, but the results are it's always giving, y'all. It's really always giving. So all things work together for our good. All things, whether you're down today, whether it's $0 in your bank account, whether anything that's going on, whether you're depressed, whether you're not feeling worthy, whether you're not feeling capable, all things work together for our good. Whether it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good, but it's working together for our good. And so growing pains are necessary. When we're growing up, We're feeling those back pains growing up because we're like, what is going on? Your feet are hurting. One day you're in a size 5, 2 days later you're in a size 6. I mean, I just bought my little brother some shoes in June, and I really want to say he was one size, and then in September he was like, sis, can you buy me some more shoes? I'm like, no, I just bought you some Yeezys. I'm not buying nothing else. But he kept growing, and he's still like, hey sis, I'm really like, my back be hurting and all these different things. But he's growing up still. It's growing pains. Growing pains are needed. It's what we need to have. It doesn't feel good, but it's working for our good. And so a lot of times we hinder ourselves when we run the opposite way of uncomfortability. When we see it coming, we see that hole, we see a different pillow, we see a different couch, we're like, I don't want that. But in actuality, it's what you needed the whole time. Stop running from it. Actually go get on that couch and start jumping on it, because it's absolutely what you need. And so you just have to move. Moving is uncomfortable. When you think about moving to a new home, a new state, it's uncomfortable because it's somewhere you've never been before. Whether it's the same area, when you walk into a new house, you have no idea. You're used to walking in your house. Maybe your kitchen is to the right, maybe the bathroom is to the left, whatever. You're used to that. When you come into the new house, maybe your kitchen is on the left and the bathroom is on the right. It's going to be uncomfortable for a while until you can figure out what the new season that you're in, right? So if it's a blessing and God's giving it to you, it's okay to be uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're going to be able to sit back and say, man, I love this house. This house is so much bigger than the last house. But if you're holding on to your one little couch, if you're holding on to your small kitchen that's on the right and not going for that huge kitchen that's on the left, your industrial kitchen that you've been wanting and been praying for, it's always given. The results are literally always given. And so I used to be so fearful of uncomfortability. Y'all know I can't talk. So I used to be so fearful of uncomfortability. But when I realized, Amber, you're literally holding yourself back. When I've moved those people that were in my life, that were affecting me, that were telling me the wrong things, when I've changed my mindset, when I've gotten into the Word of God, when I've started praying more and started seeking His face more and started just, first just rearranging my life the way I know that it needs to be rearranged, of course, with God's help, because you can't do nothing without God. Let's start there. Hello. When I realized that, I saw so many different hindrances that I put there. I didn't want to trust people that God had put in my life. I didn't want to trust situations that were there to work those things out of me. And so it's okay, but God has not given that spirit to you. So what you have to do is to release that spirit. A lot of times we claim stuff that does not belong to us. Oh, I am so fearful. Stop saying those things that you don't need to claim. I have this, I have that. When a lot of times the things that you have, the enemy has thrown that at you as a distraction. It's a hindrance to you. Stop being a hindrance to yourself. Stop allowing those things. Stop claiming those things that do not belong to you. You are an heir of Christ. Those things do not belong to you. Everything that is in His Word, it's so many things in the Word of God that are for us, but we don't think that it's for us. When in actuality, it's for us, because He wouldn't have written it if He didn't mean it. He wouldn't say it if He didn't mean it. He would not show you miracle signs and wonders if He did not mean it. I mean, it seems far-fetched, but honestly, it's okay to, whatever you say here on earth, as you say, heaven, it is here on earth. Whatever things you call, they can happen. You have to just speak it, and you have to speak positivity over your life. Stop allowing situations, the enemy, to make you feel like you just have to stay down for so long. When in actuality, you don't have to stay down for too long. It's about you picking yourself back up. It's about being around people that can pick you back up, because a lot of times you cannot do this on your own. If you could do it on your own, we wouldn't need Jesus. We wouldn't need God. We wouldn't need family. We wouldn't need anything. We would be able to do everything that we need to do on our own, never to be able to ask for help. But the fact that you have family, you have God, you have to pull on somebody. And the best person to pull on is Him. Because honestly, I tell my students this all the time. When they be like, oh my God, I'm like, yes, call Him, because He is literally the only person that can help you in this moment. Because you went too far left. I can't help you right now. It's okay to call on Him. You have to. He is there to help you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And so when I realized that all I have been doing is hindering and harming myself, because when we disobey, when we're disobedient, when we say, no, I'm just not going to do this right here, Lord. I'm going to go over here and do what I want to do. I'm not going to leave that person alone. I'm going to go ahead and do it. You're harming yourself. You're not doing anything but harming yourself. And so my perspective, my goals, my mind shifted, and it started to change. And I stopped thinking that I wasn't good enough. I stopped thinking that I wasn't capable. I stopped thinking that it can't happen to me, when in actuality, that Kiara Shear song, It Keeps Happening for Me, can actually happen for you, because it's not like a super far-fetched thing that's not attainable to you. Whatever you say, you can have it. Whatever you speak, life and death is in the power of your tongue. And so I always go to the story of Jonah, because God is going to get his job done whether he uses you or he uses someone else. He will always put you in a situation that's always going to cause you to be obedient. So if we think about Jonah did not want to go to Nineveh. Just hard-headed, didn't want to do what the Lord told him to do. He got in the belly of the fish. And literally before he got in the belly of the fish, it says he went down to Tarshish. He literally went down. And then from there, he went down again into the belly of the fish. Stop going down because of your disobedience. Stop going down because you don't want to do it. Stop going down because you feel like, God, I can't fulfill your purpose, when whether you do it or not, it's going to get done. But why can't it be you? Why can't you receive the blessings that come along with being obedient? Why can't you receive the audience that God has in front of you? Because everything that you go through is not always for you. It's for somebody else. It may not be for now. It may be for later. But I'd rather go through it for my little sisters than somebody else having to come and tell my sisters, hey, no, let me tell you X, Y, and Z. Because a lot of times nowadays, the birds and bees was a conversation your parents had with you. Nowadays, conversations are amongst children. Children are teaching children the birds and the bees, when in actuality, that stuff, it should be, I'm not that old, but it's just stuff that in our generation that stuff our parents taught us. You know what I'm saying? So you are missing out on your audience, the blessings, and the purpose that God has for you by your disobedience, by your fear, by not allowing yourself to be uncomfortable, by having a lack of confidence, when everything that you need, God has already given it to you. God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. All things work together for the good to them who trust God, those that are called, who love God, and who are called according to his purpose. If he called you, he didn't tell you to be perfect. He did not tell you to be perfect. We are to aim for excellence and to aim for perfection. But the blessings are not for those that are perfect. It's those that are called. Literally, he called your name. If he called you, it's for you. You are a child of God, no matter what situation you go through, no matter what decision you make, because everything is not always the devil. Sometimes it's life. Sometimes it's us getting our own way. He's called you, and everything you need, it is in God. So, y'all, stop being a hindrance. My question again to you is, you scared of what? It's time to strap on some somethings and push forward. It's time to stop being a hindrance. It's time to stop going backwards and leaning back in your comfortable couch that's already ripped and halfway open, that you need to go get a new one from Value City. You might as well go ahead and just be uncomfortable and get in that new seat and let God bless you and start reaching your purpose, reach that audience, get those blessings, because you want them anyway. So you might as well do his work. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. I love y'all. I can't wait to see y'all next week. Go dope or go home.